Another day and another Fulham player linked to us. I mean, is it because we're thinking about going to the Fulham ground and making that our home ground while Stamford Bridge gets redeveloped? I don't know. We seem to be really liking some of these Fulham players. Let's talk about it.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about three strikers that's floating around. Actually, there's more, but in this particular video, we'll talk about the three. There's plenty other strikers that's been floating around. One is Ivan Toney, which isn't part of this conversation today. Today, it's in regards to Mitrovic. Mitrovic conversation has floated up, and there's, of course, there's talks about Victor Osimhen. There's even talks about Tammy, perhaps a possible swap with Romelu Lukaku, something I talked about a couple of videos ago, saying that there could be something there. There could be something there with Lukaku. I don't know whether Inter Milan is capable of keeping Lukaku, and we certainly don't want to keep Lukaku. Lukaku certainly doesn't want to be at Chelsea Football Club. Serie A is probably the destination for him, but which club? So we'll talk about that. But first up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea have always liked Alexander Mitrovic from Fulham and have considered him a short-term option in the last couple of windows. I was told, ironically, before he got sent off against Manchester United, that he's still a potential option for Chelsea despite being 28 years old. Some at the club like Mitrovic's mentality and the leadership he brings, as well as him being an all-round striker. Now, do you know what? I'm not even put off by this. I'm being absolutely honest. I know a lot of you guys are probably not put off by this as well. Some of you guys have actually even recommended this. I'll tell you why I'm not put off by this. Every project, I know this guy doesn't really scream out project. I think he's 28 years old. So he's not really a project type of a player. But every project needs some sort of short-term fix as well. If you can't find a long-term solution, and we'll talk about the long-term solution. Victor Osimhen could be one of those long-term solution. Tammy Abraham's name's getting thrown around. Ivan Toney's name's getting thrown around. So we'll talk about all of that. But there are times where, in a long-term project, sometimes you need short-term fixes just to see you through until you find that long-term, player that you can progress the project with. Mitrovic is actually an excellent striker. He's got the S-housery about him. He can score goals. I'm pretty sure he scored quite a lot of goals. Check out the stats. I don't have it with me, but I'm certain he's scored a lot of goals this season for Fulham. He's mobile for a big guy. Aerially, he's dominant. Duels, it's going to be very difficult for you to win duels against him. He's got the pace. My only thing about having a striker at Chelsea Football Club is that you do need to play, you have to involve the striker. You do need to play a lot of the plays through that striker. The caliber of players we have now, can they potentially look for someone like Mitrovic or look for someone like Victor Osimhen? Look at the way Man City play. Everything is surrounded around Erling Haaland. Everyone is always trying to look for him. KTP, Gundogan, Foden, Grealish, everyone is consistently trying to look for Erling Haaland. They want to try and put as many opportunity for him inside the box because they know he's a shark. He's an absolute shark. But can we potentially change our mindset at Chelsea Football Club to put all our plays through the striker back in the days of Diego Costa, back in the days of Didier Drogba? Because it certainly wasn't the case with Romelu Lukaku. I was saying this out a lot last season when we had Lukaku, even with all the mischief that he put up with the club. Do you know what I mean? He all the adversity that Romelu Lukaku brought on us. I was still banging on saying that we have to put the play to him on a regular basis. We have to find him quicker. We need to release him quicker. The play needs to circulate around him. He's the one who's been brought on for 100 million, to provide goals for us. And if we ignore him and we try and do our own thing, that's not going to be on. Kovacic, to a certain degree last season, was trying to find Lukaku early. This was before Lukaku got injured and that whole infamous interview. Kovacic was trying to find him. There was that match against Aston Villa. I still remember. Romelu Lukaku scored a couple of really good goals. So with Mitrovic, I don't have issues. I actually don't have issues with him because I think he's a fantastic player. But can Chelsea Football Club change the way they play and focus everything through Mitrovic for the time being? He will get you goals. You have to deliver the goods to him. Crosses into the box, early passes to him. Do you know what I mean? So this is the other reason. When you got players like João Felix, Sterling, and Nkunku next season, I don't know whether they'll only focus on channeling all their play through a striker. I'd love to have a striker, man. I'd love to get a striker at Chelsea Football Club that can bang in 20 plus goals. But I'm worried, man. I'm worried. A lot of people say, oh, man, we should have got Erling Haaland. I'm telling you, if we got Erling Haaland, I don't think Erling Haaland bangs in this many goals the way he's banging in for Man City, because the quality of Man City is immense, man. I'm not saying the quality of Chelsea isn't good. It's definitely good. But the mentality, this is why the fluid front three is getting thrown around. Potentially with Havertz, João Felix and Nkunku starting up front. All three can sort of roam around, do whatever they want to do, link up whenever they want to link up, play any side of the pitch, and do the damage that way. But if it's a fluid front three, then I'd like to see each of those players get at least 10 to 15 goals, at least. But come back to the Mitrovic point of view, I don't mind this for the short run. I think he's an excellent option to have. Strong. Do you know what I mean? He will definitely bring the mentality. There's no doubts about that. Serbian, man, they've got the dog in him. They've got the dog. Serbians have the dog in them, man. That's for sure. So look, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about Mitrovic, another Fulham player we've been linked with, Andres Pereira today. Mitrovic, to be honest, the recent red card with Man United, that was mad. Look, I've seen so many players push referees like that. And the fact that they're even talking about banning him for the rest of the season, that's insane. That's insane. Was it a bad example for kids watching? Of course. But look, kids will see stupid stuff regardless in their life. Do you know what I mean? Let's not use this as an example, because there'll be other stupid things in life. Let's keep it as it is. Got a straight red card, 3-match ban. Let's not go over the top and ban him for the rest of the season. I think that would be detrimental to Fulham's cause. So, look, let's see what's going on with Fulham, man. I mean, there is rumors that we're potentially going to be playing in Craven Cottage. Todd Bowley apparently has spoken to the Fulham owners. It'll take 4 years to redevelop Stamford Bridge. Meanwhile, we could potentially go to Craven Cottage. As I said, Andres Pereira being linked. Mitrovic, Palhinha is another player of interest. So, what's going on with Fulham? What's going on for Fulham? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts on Mitrovic. Exclusive. Victor Osimhen dreams of playing in the Premier League. Chelsea and Manchester United are interested, and Luis Campos of PSG has planned to meet his agent during the international break. Napoli are hoping to get 150 million euros, but they are looking at a strong contract renewal. So, look, I said recently, there's only few clubs that can entertain Victor Osimhen at the moment. There's only few clubs that potentially need a striker. Man United, PSG, and Chelsea. These are the top clubs. Man City have Haaland, and they have Julian Alvarez. Liverpool got Darwin Nunez, so they're not going to be thinking about that. Newcastle's got quite a lot of strikers as well available. In world football, PSG, Bayern Munich can definitely not afford 150 million euros. PSG, Man United, or Chelsea. Man United could potentially go with Harry Kane, because the situation with Antonio Conte is not looking good. He's going to get the sack, and that would probably mean the end of Harry Kane at Spurs as well, and rightly so, man. I don't know what Harry Kane is doing. I would take Harry Kane at Chelsea Football Club, because for me, he's more than a striker. But I don't know whether that happens or not. I don't think he'll ever entertain a move towards Chelsea. So potentially Man United could get Harry Kane. That only leaves Chelsea and PSG. And PSG, depends on what happens with the futures of Messi and Neymar. I think Messi probably looks like we'll go back to Barcelona. We'll see what happens there. Mbappe doesn't want to play striker role. But 150 million euros, ladies and gentlemen, 150 million euros. Once again, Victor Osimhen is one of those players. Right now, everything in Napoli goes through Victor Osimhen or Cavara. Cavara is strong winger, man. But he also tries his level best to always predominantly find Victor Osimhen. Can Chelsea Football Club, Sterling, João Felix, and Nkunku, can you, on a consistent basis, find Osimhen? I don't want this guy to come in for 150 million and then it ends up being a flop and then everyone's starting to talk down about Osimhen. The talent in Osimhen is immense. Same thing I said about Romelu Lukaku as well. I don't think Romelu Lukaku is a bad player. It's just we didn't even play to his strength. I hope we play to Victor Osimhen's strength. Crosses in the box. Do you know what I mean? Early ball so he can use his explosive pace. Get him 1v1 with defenders. We have to do that. I like Victor Osimhen. There's no doubts about that. Supreme player. 150 million though. That's a lot of money to spend. And I don't know how financial fair play situation is looking for us. One thing I do know, Chelsea have the money. Chelsea definitely has the money. We've got the money to spend. And we'll sell a lot of players to bring in a lot of money as well. But we do need to get a defensive midfielder. We do need a goalkeeper. 150 million on Victor Osimhen. And the curse that we have with number 9s, it is quite dangerous. Unless, once again, Romelu Lukaku, would he go to Napoli? Would Napoli take Romelu Lukaku? Then maybe we could get a discount. But look, I like Osimhen. If Victor Osimhen is the only player we get in the summer window, I don't know, because we definitely need midfielders. And don't forget, in the coming summer, we can't be giving away those 6, 7, 8 year contract terms anymore. We have to revert to that 5 year, standard 5 years. So amortization of 150 million over 5 years is going to hurt, as opposed to over 8 years, that we've been doing 7, 8 years that we've been doing with Mudryk and Enzo Fernandez. So bit to think about. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, AS Roma are willing to sell Tammy Abraham and replace him with Romelu Lukaku. Look, I said Lukaku will be a problem for us. Look, Calcio Mercato, I don't really trust that source too much, but there is a release clause, buyback clause for Tammy Abraham for about, I think, 65 million euros or 70 million euros, something like that. Would you guys take, ladies and gentlemen, straight take Romelu Lukaku, we get Tammy Abraham. No cash, nothing involved, just straight swap. I know there's a buyback, but he's the money. He's the player, Lukaku, and cancel out the buyback. But I have doubts over Tammy Abraham, whether he can lead Chelsea Football Club's line in order for us to challenge, for the Premier League title, challenge in Europe, challenge in domestic cups. But if it means that getting rid of someone like Romelu Lukaku off the books and getting someone like Tammy Abraham and still then also going out and, I don't know, potentially getting someone else on top of that, in the likes of Mitrovic, then maybe. But look, Tammy Abraham, along with João Felix, Nkunku, Sterling, there could be something there. Tammy Abraham has improved since going to Roma. Still not the polished article, but has improved. Graham Potter could potentially do something with a player like Tammy Abraham. I mean, if he can get something out of Danny Welbeck in Brighton, do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he can do something with Tammy Abraham. And don't forget Tammy Abraham, our academy player. So that homegrown quota is very, very valuable to us. Look, not my preference, but don't discount this. I think Roma with Jose Mourinho, if Jose Mourinho still sticks around, they could potentially want Lukaku. Lukaku fits the Serie A mold perfectly. Dybala, Romelu Lukaku. They've got a couple other really, really smart players over there. Pellegrini. There could be something going there. There could be something going there. So watch this space for the summer. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what's your thoughts on these three strikers? Mitrovic, Victor Osimhen, Tammy Abraham straight swap perhaps with Romelu Lukaku. I know there's a whole heap of other strikers, but we'll keep that for another day. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, everyone. Take care. See ya.